Good evening, ladies and gents. Hello and welcome back to more Conan Exiles. I'm Liz. We're jumping right into it from last episode. We reached our little home here next to Set City. Set City over here on the east side of the map. We're at the oases just to the north of it. And we're going to set up a little bit of a base here. It's going to be our starter base. We're going to be moving somewhere else later on. I have always been a fan of moving up to the snowy north. There's a volcano. There's the highlands, which I've been a fan of the highlands as well. They're nice and green. There's sort of two sections to it. There's a jungle. It's fantastic. There's savannas. There's all kinds of good stuff here. But I think we are going to set up here for a little while. And to that end, we're going to need some stone and some wood, because we're going to see some of the construction mechanics in this game this time. In order to do that, we're going to need a feat. We're going to need this apprentice mason feat. We're also going to take stair maker and roofer and fence maker, because that's going to give us some other building blocks to work with. And while we're at it as well, we are going to take some encumbrance points. We're going to get the first perk in encumbrance. It doesn't really help us all that much. I just want to be able to carry a bit more. Then we're going to get survival points. We have enough to get the first perk here. It takes 15 points. We're going to go for the second perk. Hard Worker. You harvest resource nodes twice as fast, because that is super important for building mode, basically. So we want another perk in survival now. And while we are here, let's get some stuff going. I want some wedge foundations. I want 3 of those. And let's continue harvesting some stone. So this is how you can see it's sort of like a survival builder, much akin to something like Rust. I think I was talking in the last episode about the 3 pillars of survival builders, and I don't think I actually finished that thought. I'm sorry. It's probably been an entire day since then if you're following along. My 3 pillars of survival builders right now are Rust for the Call of Duty crowd. Again, the toxic community, people who just want to shoot each other, that's perfectly fine. If that's what you want to do, that's great. That's totally okay by me. Ark, Survival Evolved for the frat boys out there, the people who want like a casual survival experience, which is fine. It's great. You play with friends, have a good time, playing together. It's fantastic. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just a little bit more of a laid-back, not-so-serious, less stuff at stake kind of survival experience, less things out to get you, roll around on dinosaurs and just, you know, whatever. That's why I call it the frat boy experience, because it's the quintessential frat boy experience. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna need a few more. This is one of the thralls from the city. It's a fighter too. He patrols out this direction. It's getting very, very dark. It's probably very dark on YouTube's, so we're going to activate our torch and gain a level from it. I think we only have like 5 minutes on this improvised torch, so we can't keep it out for long. Actually, even less than that, so it's 3 minutes. So we can't keep it out for long, but it will make it a little bit easier to see what's directly around us. And I do like to run with the torches once it starts getting dark out. I'm not a big fan of being kept in the total dark. Okay, so we're going to build pretty close to the city here. In fact, let's start building up on top of this little hilly space, and we'll start building out from it. The reason I'm going to start building now is because I want to get this weight out of my inventory. And of course, the third pillar is now this game. It is Conan Exiles. I'm pretty sure these pieces of grass will not despawn when I build, so it would be great to build high enough so that I don't need to worry about that, but at the same token, if I build any higher, I won't be able to build out over there. So we're going to build at like this height, and we'll build something like this. So we're going to start with that, and we're going to go to these guys here. And some of this building is going to be because of a mod, the thing that does less building restrictions, but this is totally vanilla so far. Like nothing in this base that I'm going to build is going to require that mod. You're going to be able to build it totally vanilla, but some other stuff we do in the future might kind of require that mod in order to make it happen. I don't know, we'll see. We need to get ourselves some more wood and stone, though. This is going to be a pretty big starter building. Ooh, we got bark from the tree. We used the pick and we got bark. We're going to need a lot of bark in the future. One of the mods we're playing with allows us to get bark from one of the carpenter's recipes, which is really important. You'll see why we need bark later. Bark is basically the most precious resource in this game, in my opinion. A lot of people are like, oh, brimstone, 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 but I'm like, no. No, you go to the salt flats for... That's totally not harvesting. That's cool. You go to the salt flats for like 2 seconds. We gotta repair our pick. And you get tons and tons and tons of brimstone. Like, ridiculous amounts of it. I feel like the wind is picking up, but it's not. And I was really worried for a second. I walked over this way in case I had to run into the city to get shelter. Because I was like, is a sandstorm coming? No, no, tell me no. Come on. Normally, if I have in the past started playing immediately as soon as I've started a server before. And I almost always get a couple of hours, or like an hour or something, to get out here. Yeah, that makes sense. Let's repair that. To build before a sandstorm comes. Okay, so I need one more, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're gonna need a whole bunch more. We're not done yet. This is gonna be, like I said, a relatively big starter building. I don't think most people build quite as big as we're gonna build when they first start this game. They build little shanty huts and whatnot. I'm gonna build something that should be able to house everything I want in order to move up to the next sort of level. Everything I want in order to build the materials I need to build our next base. But we're gonna build this entire thing at a tier 1 for now. We might upgrade it down the line. There are 3 tiers of building materials in this game by default. We refer to them as tier 1, 2, and 3, obviously, but there's actually multiple different kinds of materials. One of the tier 2 materials is insulated wood. I love the way insulated wood looks. I absolutely adore it. So we are going to build 12 more of those now. And let's get these placed. We'll probably need a little bit more wood right away. We need a little bit of wood to create these sandstone blocks. Not very much. If we take a look, it takes 35 stone and 5 wood for each one of these square foundations, so it's not very much. But the less building placements restrictions mod is really cool. I like it a lot. It lets you, you can actually play, if I clicked here, it would place another foundation on top of that foundation. They would take damage together. It doesn't make it, like, you know, tougher to destroy them or anything, but it makes building a lot less tedious in this game. Because one of the sort of criticisms, which is very, very true, very apt, very right about the building system in this game, is it's a little bit messed up. This is a hostile dude here. We're gonna let our stamina recover. One of the important things about using a big two-hander, the two-handed sword has great, what's the word? Damage and penetration as well. But one of the downsides of it is it's very slow and cumbersome. Not compared to like the two-handed mace, I suppose, the maul or whatever. But it is still very slow and cumbersome. Let's put 20 wood in there and let's get this savory flesh in there and let's start cooking it up into some nice grilled steaks. Because we want some steak. I should have stayed down there. There was stuff down there for me to harvest. Right, living in the desert means we're going to use a lot more water as well. You dehydrate a lot faster out here. I gotta remember that too. But yeah, this is going to be quite the large tier 1 base here to begin with. We might upgrade this one in the future, who knows. It's in an ideal spot, I find, to take slaves, or thralls rather, no slavery here, to re-educate fellow workers. We don't enslave people, we just educate some of the locals to assist us, and then they come and they work with us. It's great. It's fantastic. We're just employing people. We're offering better employment. That's what we're doing. I might want those other 6 as well. I don't actually remember how many I have built. Oh, jeez. I need to finish this row first. Okay. Now, I want 1, 2, this will be 3 when it's done. 4, so yes, I'm gonna want another set of these. So basically what we're gonna do here is this circle to open in, and then it's gonna be 2 squares, and then we're gonna go to 4 squares, and it's gonna be 4 by 4, and then this is gonna go 6 across by 6 deep. And that's going to give us all the space that we need for basically everything at the beginning of the game. Like everything that I need from this base in order to build my next base. Like in order to get the materials I need, the advanced construction materials I need to go to tier 2 or 3 even. And to get, you know, my steel and all that kind of stuff. Basically this base, we should be able to live out of it if so necessary. But it's not going to be anything fantastic. It's not going to be grand. It's not going to be like a marble or anything. It's not going to look super duper amazing. It's going to look okay. But it's going to be nothing to shake your wang at as far as super impressive looks go. It's just going to be functional is what it's going to be. I think I want to get a couple carpenters. I want to get a couple blacksmiths. I want to get maybe 6 furnaces. A couple tanneries so we can make leather and get tar. Some chemistry places, fireball cauldrons is what they're called. Maybe 4 to 8 fluid presses so we can start using fish and getting oil and stuff like that. One of the things I love about this site, the reason I scouted this site, is there's so much of this coal, these black rocks. I'm used to not having so much coal in it. Like, one of my favorite places to build in this game is not strategic, like not anti-raid strategic building, because I never really play for that kind of thing, but this little passage right here, it's called Godswallow Passage or something. It is just lined with iron everywhere, and there's a couple of coal nodes there. And I was like, this is a lot of coal. This is awesome. I love how much coal is here. And, man. Then I scouted this location, and it's like, there is coal up and down this place. It's so fantastic. So that is, what, 3? 1, 2, 3. 4. 5, and I've got 6 more under construction. So once that's done, we're going to start building walls. You can build these foundations on top of each other and use them as walls, and you can actually attach walls to the outside of these foundations, which we're going to end up doing. I think we'll use fence foundations to attach to them, but you can attach walls to them. And accomplish some really amazing things that way, like some great stuff. But I think this base is going to be very primitive. It's just going to be one layer of walls along the outside, and we can make it tougher in the future, so necessary. I don't know, maybe the back will be, maybe I'll build another row of foundations for the back. The back wall I can make foundations, maybe. That way, like, my smeltery won't stick out of it. How many would I need for that? I would need another 6, and then another 6, and then another... Ah, screw it. Nope. Nope. That's the entire foundation right there. We're done with that. Let's dump this. Let's get ourselves a door and a stair. This isn't an actual door. This is just the door frame. There we go. It takes a little bit of work to get used to the, well, not work, it takes a little bit of getting used to get used to the building system's way of telling you what side's the front or not. If the words are forwards, if it looks right to you, like if it's not ambulance mode, basically, then you are looking at the outside wall. If the letters are written backwards, then you're looking at the inside wall. I do love this location has a whole bunch of stone. This location has a whole bunch of all kinds of good stuff. Coal has a whole bunch of iron. It has access to aloe. There's an oasis nearby, so you have water. You don't need a well. It has thralls nearby. It's fantastic. Fantastic. Also, I believe, if I'm not incorrect, there's an obelisk nearby. So what am I not so familiar with in this game? I've been up to the frozen north, but I haven't spent a ton of time up there. I've gone up there to get the resources that you need up there. I've gone into the volcano to get a couple resources that you need out of that, but I don't really know what goes on in the volcano. I don't really know what goes on in any of the dungeons over there, because when I previously played this game, the north didn't exist, and the volcano didn't exist, and the jungle didn't exist. You got the desert, and the oasis, and this red desert, and whatnot. None of that other stuff existed. And there's new dungeons up there. And by the way, there are dungeons in this game, ladies and gentlemen, with bosses, like raid bosses, that are much, much easier to deal with when you've got a party at your back. So again, by all means, join me. If you're looking for a bit, we'll just craft 30 of these. I'm not sure how many we need, but we're going to need a bunch. I almost accidentally crafted another stair that I don't need. We need to make sure we're getting as much plant fiber as we can as well every time we have a chance. We want these bushes to respawn. I'm going to need a lot of it for my thatch roof. So we want all of it, basically. We also need branches, which come from these trees. We will have sufficient protection from a sandstorm soon. So that's what I'm rushing for, guys. Like, we're not exploring, we're not, you know, getting iron, we're not doing any of that other stuff right now. What we're doing is trying to get ourselves sufficient protection to stop a sandstorm, which could happen very soon, potentially. And we will have sufficient protection for it soon. I don't need to finish my roof. I basically just need a little section of it, and we'll be good. In fact, we could probably start building some of that soon. Thatch. I want thatch wedge-sloped roofs. I want 3 of those. That might be enough to actually protect us even. And a door. What's a door? I think it takes twine. Yeah, a door is going to take 5 twine. That's 3 more. So let's start queuing that up as well, and that'll allow us to build a door as well. The building will not be complete by any stretch. It'll probably be missing walls, in fact, but it will hopefully protect us from a potential sandstorm. We need branches. Oh, I love this location. The only thing I don't like about it is it's the desert. I have historically not liked the desert. I didn't like it much in early access. I've played a little bit in the north since, you know, actual launch, and I loved it up there. I've barely spent any time in the jungle. I've gone into the jungle to get resources, but I haven't really explored it. I haven't seen any of, like, the dungeons in there. I haven't seen any of the really cool stuff in there. So I kind of want to experience that. So what we're going to do here is we're going to build this wall too tall. And this is not a very protected base against raiders by any stretch. So if you're trying to build for raid defense, this is probably not the best structure for you. But for a single player PvE experience or co-op PvE, like there's going to be room in here for people, guys. Like, I'm going to build enough space in this that if you do want to join in and you want to get down here and just, you know, not die immediately, we should have you covered, basically. I have another one of these walls. Why didn't it go on my hotbar? That seems silly. Okay, let's stick that there. We can build ourselves a door, so let's do that real quick. And let's put this thatch on here. We'll drop the insects. And this, I want here, here, and here. Now if I stand in the doorway... Okay, I don't quite have full shelter here. You can see the shelter buff underneath my stats, but I have pretty close, and if I build a door, I might actually have full shelter. No. I don't. Okay, that's cool. I think it's enough to survive a sandstorm. And if a sandstorm comes in, we're definitely going to try and survive it in that location, guys. But I think we can get to 100% full shelter. I think we can do it. Well, I know we can do it, but I think we can do it before a sandstorm comes. Since I haven't seen the signs of one coming yet, and we only need a couple more pieces to make it happen. It's weird how we don't have any real leather yet. We haven't picked up any hide off of those guys. I guess, is the pickaxe better for hide, or is the hatchet? I thought the hatchet was, but I guess maybe the hatchet is for meat primarily, and the pickaxe gets you better hide. There are dedicated tools for it in the future. We just don't have those dedicated tools right now. So we're gonna need some more walls. Let's make 18, because you know I can. Ooh, plants. Let's get some plant fiber, shall we? Yeah. This episode, I want to get this done. I want to get this in good state. Ooh, we didn't have enough wood here. Let's give them like 20 more, and burninate the wood. Let's drop this shredded stuff now, because that stuff is garbage. And let's eat this. Yes. I should probably have continued harvesting for a bit and let these build in my inventory. Oh, come on, one more. Okay, so we got a full set of walls there. It's still not full shelter. Okay. Let's get out there and harvest a bit more. We're gonna finish these walls off. I don't know how many I'm gonna need. I guess I could have counted. Well, I know that's 6, and that's 4, so that's 10. And the other side is gonna be another 10, so that's gonna be 20. 6 on this side is 26. And I think that's it. I think that's literally all I need is 26 more. And I built 18, but I used some of them already, and I don't know how many I used. So, cool. Looks like I'm gonna have 9. Our resource gather rate on the server is set to 2.5 times standard, just like the experience rate is at 2.5 times. And the resources spawn at 1.5 times their normal rates. They will spawn back a little bit quicker. The idea behind this is, so Conan Exiles, unlike Rust, which makes you go afield for resources, like pretty far afield for resources, and really makes you get out there if you want to farm them, Conan Exiles doesn't really do that. The resources are relatively abundant, and you don't really have to go that far away from your base to get stuff. What did I say I needed? I needed 26, and I have 9 here, so let's get ourselves 9 more, and then we're out of wood, is what we're out of, I think. You can stay relatively closer to your base in this game, and if you are just massively farming, like just trying to farm out resources, yeah, you have to go a little bit further afield. But one person can stay relatively close to their base and get everything that they need in order to do stuff. I find that, like, you guys haven't seen a demand for a lot of resources yet. Once you start building some of the other stuff, like a furnace takes 540 stone, I think. And we've been doing a lot smaller amounts of resources than that. I mean, 540 isn't that much, especially when you get better tools, you harvest resources a lot faster. But, oh yeah. Okay, so what do I need? I need, 8 more, yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's get this stuff placed. Then we can start building our thatch roof instead. And we'll become a roofer. I fully intend to do that this episode as well. This is a design I came up with in my head as I was on my way here. And I just sort of spaced out what I would need for everything as I went. So I'm hoping that it has everything I need. Okay, that was definitely not enough. Yeah, that was definitely not enough. 1, 2, 3, 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. I got enough. I still don't have full shelter. I guess I'm going to need more roof before I get full shelter. Which is fine. That's okay. We want to make sure this text is backwards, because that means we're looking at the inside wall. Alright, cool. Now, get me some thatch roof, please. Now, thatch roof requires plant fiber and branches. Let's make 10 of these. I'm going to need, not thatch rooftop corners, the thatch sloped roof corners. I'm going to need, like, let's start with 8 of them, and let's start with 8 inverted corners. Where's the inverted corner? Inverted thatch sloped roof corner. The word sloped is important. Let's make 8 of those as well. And we should be able to start with this. I'm going to need more. I'm pretty sure I'm going to need more. But this is a start. You know what? Let's not climb up yet. And let's place. Crap. That's okay. I think I can pick it up. I think the pickup mod will allow me to pick that up. Normally you would have to dismantle this if you build it wrong and lose some of the resources. This server doesn't give you all the resources back. Nope, I can't pick it up. It's not going to let me pick this up. Oh well. We got 3 plant fiber back. We lost the branches though. So we need to build this here. I am starting to build my corners, so let's dump this and let's put our corners on here. Let's put our corners in. I should maybe start from the other side, because the other side is where the shelter bonus already exists. But whatever, we're okay here. We'll make this happen. I'm going to need a whole bunch more of these. I obviously don't have enough slopes yet, but we'll get there. How many more can I make? Important updates are pending. I swear, like, there have been Windows updates like every day lately, which to me means that there's obviously been some like vulnerabilities or something that are being patched if there's this many updates happening. Because normally even like once a week is a lot for updates. But if they're patching this often, there's obviously some vulnerabilities that have come out. I doubt Windows would do anything about the zip vulnerabilities that have recently come to light. The zip vulnerabilities have existed for literally decades, guys. Like, the zip format is from 1989, the zip standard, and the vulnerabilities have been a part of the zip format that entire time. What am I talking about with zip vulnerabilities? So the zip archive allows you to do this thing called relative path. I think that's right. Yeah, that's right. It allows you to do this thing called relative paths in your zip archives. Oh, good. I got the right pattern there. And relative paths mean that you can have a file name inside of it that's like .///////system32. And as long as you are far enough in the the file system, or close enough into the file system that those dots would bring you to the root, you can predict where you're going to be, and always end up in the root file system. So you can override any file in System32, for example, by doing that. And that's just a fundamental feature of zip archives. Like, there's nothing special about that. It's been that way since the beginning. And everybody's freaking out about it right now, going like, oh, this exploit or this, vulnerability or blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, no, that's been a feature since day one. There's a reason that you know, people don't realize this anymore, but there's a reason that you should always, 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 100% of the time, review the files in the zip file before you extract it to see what's in it. Just opening the zip file, you aren't exposing yourself to anything with that. But extracting those files, these root path attacks allow people to override any file anywhere. And the damning bit about it is it's not just that they can override like a file in System32 or they can override anything like that. They can override a trusted file that Windows runs, like a trusted exe that Windows runs as part of its daily business. And when that's overridden and it allows them to do arbitrary code execution, is what we call it, people can basically make your computer do anything they want. And the system runs it without you knowing. Like, it just doesn't. It doesn't behave the way it's supposed to anymore, because instead of running, you know, I don't know .exe like it always does, it fails. Because obviously it's not that exe anymore, it's whatever injected attack that they built for you. But yeah. And it's always been there. It's nothing new. The fact that people are talking about it now is just, you know, testament to the fact that people don't know. Like modern days, people are just too trusting with this kind of stuff. They don't realize that this is stuff you need to be looking out for anymore. And it's always been the case. These things have never been safe. There we go. We're probably safe inside there now, but I'm not 100% sure on that. So we are going to continue building this up. I'm going to need a bunch more of these corners, and I'm going to need some more of those slopey dopies as well. But can I build more of these, not rooftop corners, sloped roof corners? Yeah, I can build a couple. And then I'm out of sticks or branches again, which sucks. So I need one there. And I'm going to need one there. And I'm going to need one up here. Come on. Come on. There we go. I'm going to need one over there, and then I think I'm going to need 4 more of them as well. So we're going to need a whole bunch more branches to get this working, guys. We're going to actually use a lot of wood doing this. Like, a lot of wood. Or, sorry, we're not going to use a lot of wood. We're going to harvest a lot of wood doing this. Because we just don't get enough branches out of these trees. If you whack a tree with a pickaxe, you get bark and wood. You get less wood, and you get bark. And if it's not a desert tree, you get resin as well. These desert trees will never give us resin, though. If you whack it with a hatchet, you get wood, you get lots of wood, and you get branches. And there's other kinds of trees that give you other kinds of branches as well, like dead trees tend to give you branches, but we're not going to go after dead trees right now. The time it would take us to get to the dead trees, we could get as many branches as we want off of these guys. It's fine. 23. We're almost up on our encumbrance, though, on wood, which is, you know, great, but also terrifying at the same time. Thatch sloped roof corner. Yeah, we're in dangerous situation here. Although I bet you our shelter inside of here is fantastic right now. Arrgh. I'm running out of stamina. I need to drop. Takes stamina to climb. If you don't have the stamina, you gotta drop. So a lot of people will like sprint up to the walls that they're about to climb, and I'm like, you're just wasting your stamina. All right, let's get on top. A giggity. And we're gonna want to put another one of these guys. Let's not fudge it. There we go. And we will want these. How many more of those can I build? None. I can build none more of those because I'm out of plant fiber now. It's always something, right? Damn it! I don't actually know where I placed that. I placed it right here. I can't pick it. Well, that was me boning that up. Okay. So, I am going to dump a bunch of wood in here. because it's going to free up some of my encumbrance, and that's an inventory. There are chests that you can build, but I don't have access to them yet. I can get them. The problem with the first chest that you build, though, is it uses twine, I'm pretty sure, and that means plant fiber. And a decent amount of it. I think it's like 12 twine or something. And I kind of need that twine right now. I kind of need that plant fiber, rather, not that twine. There's lots of aloe out here, but aloe bushes don't really give a lot of plant fiber. We want to get some of these other ones that do. Kind of sounded like we had combat music going on, but we didn't. We just had when you go low on stamina, the screen goes like gray, and it also sort of changes the tone of the game. I can't wait until we get steel and we get a scythe and we can... Oh, crap, that's a hostile. You're like, I can't see it at all. That's okay, I can't see it either. I target locked it so that we'd be facing it, and you can sort of see the indicator on it. But other than that, yeah, no, I can't see it either. Yeah, okay, we still got savory flesh. We got a bit of hide from that, though, which is great. Yeah, I can't wait till we get a scythe and we can harvest these plant fibers. We'll just go through it once, and we'll get like 1,000 plant fiber. And it'll be fantastic. One of the things people run into a lot when they play this game to begin, as I've noticed, is they'll be like, oh, plant fiber is so abundant, there's so much of it, blah, 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 blah. And then they'll need it for something, and all of a sudden, nope. I don't know how much of this I need. Probably significantly more than 4, though. Let's climb upstairs and find out. I knew that building this roof was going to be the biggest challenge of this entire thing. Like, the biggest resource sink here was going to be this roof. I think once this is done, I need corners to finish this section off. And then I'm not sure what the other section needs. I think the other section just needs these. So let's build 2 more of them. We can fill them in right there. I think I can fill them in from here as well. Yep, no problem. We'll just wait until this other one builds. Come on. There we go. And I think 1, 2, 3... 4, 5, 6 more of these will finish that off. And then we just need 4 corners up here. So we're in good shape. We're almost done. We're going to build this roof before this episode is done, guys. We're going to build this roof. I swear it. I swear to you we will build this roof. We're going to go harvest a whole bunch of branches. We're going to pick up any plant fiber we can get along the way. You can see that stuff that's on top of that little ledge over here has respawned. This is why I was like, oh, we want to get this plant fiber as soon as we can. Because I want it to respawn. The only thing that will prevent us... Actually, you know what? We'll still finish it this episode, but if we get a sandstorm, I will go take cover. And, well, maybe the first sandstorm I'll actually keep you guys here for. But it'd be kind of boring with me just taking cover, standing still, while a sandstorm is happening. I would find that a little bit annoying. But, you know what? Maybe we will. Maybe we will. Maybe if you really hate that, you could just, you know, fast forward through it or something. Nobody says you have to watch the video 100%, right? Oh, we're almost there. I mean, like, living in the desert when you don't even have a home built is just nerve-wracking. Like, when you have a home, and you have a place that's a solid shelter that you can do stuff in when a sandstorm comes and all that kind of thing, it's no big deal. You're like, yeah, this is fine, this is cool. Whatever, I'll just go do this for the time being. When you have a sandstorm mask, which you don't get until level 30, or I think the set mask, the set headpiece that you can get from the set religion, which we are, I think works as a sandstorm mask as well. So if you have that, you can use that as a sandstorm mask, and you can go out in storms. It's fantastic. But when you don't have access to those, and you don't have a house to protect you yet, and all that kind of stuff, living in the desert is so nerve-wracking. 6 more of those. Branches are not usually a very big deal. We're going to end up with a ton of branches in the future. Let's start with 6 of those. That's not going to give us branches. That's going to give us vines, which can be broken down into twine. So we're over encumbered. I don't need to be carrying that. I really don't need a lot of this stuff that I'm carrying. Can't believe I just put down hide and coal. I don't want to put down these seeds, but I'm going to do it. Get us a few more branches. I mean, I could put down the wood. I don't need to have a ton of wood on me. I love these doubles. Damn it. I'm not going to use the pick, because the pick will not get us branches. It'll get us bark. And I don't want bark yet. Bark is good. Bark is really important. We're going to need it later. It's like the most precious resource in the game, practically. But I don't want it right now. Let's drop a little bit of wood. I know for sure I'm going to need 4 more corners at least. Sloped roof corner, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's for the sort of pinnacle up there. We're going to need those. I think I have too many inverted corners. I think all I'm going to need for those is 2 more. But I'm not positive of that. God. It's almost done. The frame, at least. Everything inside is going to take us forever as well. It's going to take a ton of farming for that too. But, I mean, this house building is almost done. Can you believe it? Okay, so on this side, we want to connect like that, that. And you are actually supposed to be a corner, aren't you? I'm pretty sure you're supposed to be a corner. Okay, so I'm going to need inverted corners here. That's no problem. Actually, is that correct then? Nope. That's totally not correct. I built 1 extra over here that I didn't need to build. So let's dismantle that. And we're going to build our inverted corner like that. And this is a regular corner then. Yeah. Alright, let's do that. 5. That looks right. That's totally right. Fantastic. So 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to need a 4th one for up there. And then what do I need here? I need 2 more corners. So let's build this one. Looks good. And then we're going to want 5 and 5, 2 more corners. Guys. Oh, god damn it. It was placed correctly too, and then the mouse like microscopically moved and it boned it. There we go. Alright, our roof is complete. It's very pointy in places. But if we climb down now, and we take a look from outside, this is our initial little starter house. If we go inside, we have a nice little open space over here, and then we have a nice big open space over here. More importantly, we have full shelter. 100% complete and full shelter. I don't think I need these inverted corners. We're just going to dump them. I'm going to want 6, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 ceilings and a stair. So let's build a stair, and let's get ourselves 16 ceilings. Where the hell is the ceiling? Ceiling! Okay, I can get 2. Cool. 2's a start. Now let's get the rest of them. We're going to need stone for that. And that means our pick is going to break right away, so we're going to be repairing our pick. We get a little bit of stone, and we repair our pick with that stone. I'm going to have to go down to the water and refill my water flask right away. This is going to be a bit of a long episode as we get our initial little house built, but it's going to be okay, guys. It's going to be good. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fantastic. Can't wait to get into the city and start taking thralls. I mean, we're going to need, you know, a Wheel of Pain to educate them. Wheel of Pain? No. There's no such thing as a Wheel of Pain. It's called a school. It's called a school. That's all it is. I don't even remember how many I said I need. I need 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, was it? Ceilings? Is that it? I hope it was it. Well, here's 12 more. And we're gonna finish those off right away then. I'm over encumbered. Fantastic. Well, I'm gonna stay over encumbered for a little bit, and we're just gonna roll our way in then. I'm at 99 now. I can move. Good. That is one of the things you can do. If you build things in your inventory, it can actually lower your encumbrance as you go. But be careful, because some things actually weigh more when they're built than when they're not. Is that the way I want? No, it's not the way I want. Can I pick that up? No. Alright, well, let's dismantle it. And I did it again. I boned it up again. There we go. That's the way we want. Damn it! I am doing so terrible at this right now, guys. That's the way we want right there. We want the wood beams to go the same way, and I want the outer wood beam to be on this side. And this is just extending it? Yes, it is. Good. Alright, let's get out there and make ourselves some more now that I completely boned up how I was doing that. I've got a bit of stone. I can actually make a couple more ceilings. You know, I just have to find them. 4 more. That's a good start. I'm going to need a little bit more than that, though. Just a smidgy on more than that. I don't actually know for sure how many I need, but we'll see again right away. I did calculate it. You saw me calculate it. I calculated it before I started building these, and then I just, you know, went and forgot. That should probably be enough for what I need. So let's get inside. Let's check it out. And let's get this built. I'm not going to start building furnaces and, you know, workstations and all that in here this episode. I just want to get the foundations of what our building is going to be. No, that's not what I want. I want this. And then we want to build like this, and I need 2 more. So that's 5, 5. And we'll be done with that, which means 4, you can go here now. That'll get us upstairs. So the idea I had in my mind is we're going to have 2 like blacksmiths here, blacksmith, and we're going to have a couple carpenters here. There might be room for either chests or firebolt cauldrons between them. We might have some fluid presses or drying racks over here. Fluid presses or drying racks over here. I'm thinking we'll have 6 smelteries or 6 furnaces. That's why 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They take about 1 foundation each. About that. We'll fit them in over there. Over here we can fit workstations. Most of the tables fit about 1 foundation each, so we can fit 3 or 4 tables. Another 3 or 4 over here, or probably 2 tanneries, like tannery and a tannery. We can stuff some chests in spaces where we have extra room, and fit a bed where we can. That's the idea. Let's finish this off. That's the wrong way. Guys, that's the wrong way. There we go. And we need to build 1 more as a result of that. It's okay. It's okay. No big deal. That way. Fantastico. Last sort of finishing touch we're going to do here. We're going to move outside, and we're going to go to our bedroll and return it to our inventory, and we're going to go to this, and we're going to loot all, and then we are going to pick it up, We're going to dodge our way inside. Oh, one of the cool features of this game, it's not a mod or anything, it's just the game itself, is that you can set your doors to automatically open and close. Obviously, like in a PvP scenario, you're not going to want to do that. You're going to want to close it yourself, and you're going to want to have like an airlock into your base as well. But I just find it cool. I find it cool, yo. Alright, let's put ourselves down a bedroll inside so we're actually protected. And we can put a campfire right over here. Fantastic. Got a little bit of extra meat for this, and we can put some wood in there. That'll be more than enough. This will stop burning once there's no more stuff to cook. You can have that as well for now. This meat will go bad. You can see it has a timer on it. It goes bad. I guess then our base here is done. Next is going to be starting to fill it up, which is going to take a lot of harvesting. And I think I'm going to spend a lot of time off camera just harvesting up materials and sticking it in here. Before we do that, before we call it quits though, we're going to have access to a box, so a wooden box. We can unlock that. We don't get the large chest until level 20. We're almost level 20. Large chests, though, need a carpenter and a blacksmith up and running, so we're not going to be able to build those for a bit. We'll probably build ourselves a few boxes to store stuff in the meantime that we're going to ultimately get rid of. Let's unlock a few other things here before we call it quits. Let's unlock Bed Shaper, because you know beds are cool. You get access to 2 spawn points in this game, a bed and a bed roll. The bed you would generally build in your base, and it's like permanent spawn points that you can switch between. You can only have 1 bed roll down at a time, and if you build a second one, it'll actually despawn your old one. And you can pick them up and move them as you want. So you can build a bed roll out next to a dungeon, and your bed can be back in base. We want a full torch. We've been using improvised torches. We want a proper torch. We also want blacksmith, which is going to give us access to the furnace, the blacksmith's bench, and a bunch of recipes here. The carpenter, which is going to give us a carpenter's bench, and shaped wood, which is really important. The shaped wood recipe also gets you bark. I have a mod installed to do that. Iron tools. We don't have iron yet, but we are going to get the tools, the feet, so that we can make them. The tannery, we're going to get that feat as well. We're going to get the firebowl cauldron, because that's important. Journeyman butcher, which gives us a skinning knife and the cleaver to get food and heads, and the skinning knife to get hide, which is really important. We're going to want that. We're also going to want the grinder, so we'll unlock that. We want the improved campfire. I'm going to want that for fish in the future. Also the fish trap. And yeah, we'll do the bonfire as well, because we're going to need it for the stove. Peasant doesn't really matter yet, but we'll unlock it. Why not? We definitely want Thrall Taker. This is what's going to allow us to build the Wheel of Pain and start capturing some prisoners and start re-educating them to assist us. We don't care about most of these. We have access to the Iron Pike, but we want the Iron Two-Handed Sword. We need level 21 for that. We're almost there. Almost there. I love daggers, by the way. Daggers inflict a bleed. Also, the axe inflicts a really cool bleed. I'm pretty sure some of these other weapons do too. Actually, I know some of these other weapons do too, but those are the 2 most prominent ones. Bows. I can't get weaponsmith yet. Okay, that's fine then. We are going to get armor, because we want light armor very soon. Exile armor, this light armor, medium armor, and heavy armor that you can see here. The basic armors give you encumbrance points, and we want that. We want that bad. So we are going to be building a light armor set very soon. We're going to focus on getting hides in the near future. And we can't get Priest of Set, that's at level 20. Which gives us the Setite Mask, which is the Sandstorm Breathing Mask. But there's another one. The normal Sandstorm Mask is at level 30 and requires steel to make. Okay. Oh, yeah, we want Torchbearer as well. And braziers. And we want the furniture maker, because that's going to get us the artisan's work table, which is what we need in order to make those. And we need papyrus scroll in the future as well, so we should take that. We need that to make war paints, I think. So we're going to want that in the future as well. Don't really care about candles if we have braziers. Okay. I think we are set. We only have 1 feat point available too, so we spent all of our feat points doing that. I just wanted to unlock all that so that we'd be set for next time immediately. Let's do our attributes as well. That's great. We're spending these in survival. We're trying to get to hard worker. Once we get hard worker, We'll probably get ourselves agility to the first perk. That's sprinting drains less stamina. That's pretty important. The grit perk, less stamina to climb. The vitality perk, grit gives you stamina. Agility gives you armor. Vitality gives you health. Strength gives you attack damage and melee. And accuracy gives you bow damage. We're going to want thuggery before we go taking prisoners. But, yeah. I want to get up to hard worker as soon as we can. So, that's our priority. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to be it for this episode. I've been Liz. This has been Conan Exiles, episode number 2. This one's been an hour. I'm sorry it's so long. But we built our fantastic hall. Oh god, it's glorious. For a starter base, this is like the biggest first starter, like just getting out of the door base I've built. And I'm amazed we haven't experienced a sandstorm yet. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope to see you again next time.